Conference final. We're already halfway done with the playoffs, pretty much.
More than halfway, because the rest of the playoffs is either one game per day or, like the next 2 days, 0 games because it's a National Hockey League.
So we're going to be reviewing. It's going to be a quick review, not like a huge review. I expect this video to be 20 minutes. We'll give our MVP of each round, and then we will preview our conference final, like who we have in each playoff. Let's start off with the West. We'll move. Actually, let's do East because the East ones took a lot less. We'll start off with our team, the Florida Panthers, beating the Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 and moving on to the second round. I mean, everybody expected the Leafs to win. Everybody expects the Leafs to win every series, but it never happens.
Yeah, but this series, if anyone expected it to even happen, you would probably make a little bit of money off of it because, yep, I will take the team that hasn't won a round in 19 years against the team that is playing the 65-win President's Trophy winning Boston Bruins.
If you had to ask me who my favorite is to win the Cup, I'm actually going to go with the Florida Panthers.
Because Sam Bennett is allowed to do anything and just kill everyone on the ice and be fine with it.
They are considered, and wouldn't be, if they go on to win the Cup, they're the biggest underdog team to win the Cup. Ever. 100%. Better than the Kings in 2012.
Yeah.
100%. Our MVP for this series, we both talked about this on my way home. We both have Bobrovsky. He was fucking incredible. He's been great since he's only lost 2 games in the last 7. He lost game 4 of this series, and game 4 of the Bruins series.
The Bruins series, yeah. Game 5 was
4, 5, 6, 7.
Your goaltender 10 the goal.
He's played 9 games and he's lost 2 of them, so he's 7-2 in the playoffs.
How funny, 72, 7-2.
Oh yeah, he should get swept now. Just
why is there 7-6?
Now this series, nobody was expecting this to go 5. We were both hoping this would go 6 or 7. The Hurricanes beat those. They are. I would not be surprised if they win the Cup either. I expect the Cup to go back east for the Stanley Cup.
I mean, you are a witness of this. Beginning of the season and mid-season, I have the Hurricanes winning the Stanley Cup.
Who did I have in the Stanley Cup? Didn't I have Stars and Hurricanes?
I could check.
Please check, because I want to bring up some stats anyway.
I definitely have the Stars and someone else. I have it right here.
Stars and the Leafs.
You had your final could still happen. You had the Stars and Hurricanes in the Cup.
Oh my God, please.
And you had the Stars winning in 7.
Well, who's the conference? Stars Kraken wasn't one of those matchups. Stars Kraken.
No. Oh yeah, your matchup was Stars and Kraken in the conference final, though.
That was close. That was only a round off.
And the funny thing is, you picked Dallas to win in 7.
And they did. Just in a different round. All right. Nobody was expecting I forgot what I was gonna say. Our MVPs. I actually may have to look at stats for this because I actually don't have one. Because in the top 10 in points, there are no Hurricanes or Red Devils on them.
No one, because the series sucked.
I guess I'm gonna give it to Freddie Anderson. Another goalie. 931 save percentage so far this past. 180 goes against. 1.8 goes against.
I'm gonna have to give it to Anderson.
Yeah.
Now hearing those stats, yeah.
Yeah. We head to the West.
Actually, no, I'm gonna give it to Foss because he scored the series winner and he ended this torture of a series that the final scores were. I remember it because it was so bad. 5-1, 6-1, 8-4. Came in 8-4, 6-1, and 3-2 in overtime. And even that overtime game, the Hurricanes dominated.
My money has officially went into my account. Woo.
Hey. If you don't know the story, watch our previous video recapping Game 7.
Yeah, I put $10 on a baseball game and I won 375.
Maybe more than one baseball game, but yeah.
Okay. Let's head to the game that ended last night. The Vegas Golden Knights beating the Oilers in 6. We both wanted the Oilers to win. I mean, I didn't really care who won that series. The only one I was caring about was the Leafs. I don't care who wins the cup. After Boston and Tampa went out, whoever wins, wins. I have a preference to who wins. I want to see Vegas or Florida win, but I want to see somebody that's never won the cup win the cup. But
well, we're gonna disagree here because I want Dallas to come out of the.
So Golden Knights beat the Oilers in 6, and I am gonna give my MVP. I'm gonna give actually. I'm gonna give yeah. I have my MVP. I don't know if you have yours. Do you have?
I have mine too. And even though they lost, he kind of deserves it. He definitely deserves it.
Who is it?
Leon Draisaitl.
I'm actually gonna give it to Evan Bouchard. 17 points in 12 games as a defenseman. He was great. Yes, Draisaitl deserved it too. But I think Bouchard only had one less point than Draisaitl did.
Yeah, and Bouchard assisted on most of those Draisaitl goals.
And then we head to the last one that just ended about an hour ago. The Dallas Stars beating the Seattle Kraken in 7. I mean, I predicted it right. I said Stars in 7, just wrong round. I mean, I prefer the Kraken to win, but I'm not mad that the Stars won.
I mean, I don't have a problem with the Stars. I don't have a problem with the Kraken either.
Now, the MVP, on the other hand, I don't know if we have the same one. I have mine. I think we may have the same one, but there's one or two. There's only one or two of them. Who's yours?
Just because of Game 7 and how he absolutely shut the series down, Jake Ottinger.
I'm going to go
He got pulled twice. Adversity. Battled through it. Still came out on top.
Well, he knows how to clutch Game 7s because we can go back to, what was it, last year?
Last year.
Stars and
Flames.
That? We watched that live. That was, well, he had like 60 stops. It's 80 or whatever. 64. I'm going to give it to the guy that scored 6 goals in the first 2 games, Joe Pavelski.
Him too, yeah.
I wanted to see him win a cup. He still has not won a cup yet, and I need to see him win a cup.
He's been to 2 finals. He deserves it.
Yeah. Actually, we have veterans on each of these teams. We have the Stars, like we have Pavelski. Panthers, we have Bob. Hurricanes, we have Burns. Oh my God, Pavelski and Burns Stanley Cup final.
Oh my God! Now I want it.
Oh,
go Hurricane!
You need another reason because you need Freddie Anderson to win a cup because he's a Leafs legend, and Derek Stepan because he was on the Rangers.
Yeah, I can't. I can't wait for Freddie Anderson and Michael Bunting, on that matter, to go to different teams, win the Stanley Cup, and be able to speak into a microphone on national television and say, anyone who thought I was a liability in the playoffs can kiss my ass.
All right, let's do our predictions. So stay in the West. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars, first in the Pacific, second in the Central. Who do you have? Or you want me to go first? I'll go
Jake
first.
Ottinger. Oh, you can go first for East.
Okay.
Jake Ottinger, he knows how to step up in clutch moments. It's going to continue. And Vegas, we know their history of slacking off in the conference final, too. Because 2021, we remember who they lost to.
They lost 3 straight
in that series.
If the Habs would have went on to win the cup that year, they would have been the best of all time.
Well, that would be the biggest upset of all time because they were expected to be swept by the Leafs in the first round. Well, we know how that went. Tavares goes down, and then that's not an excuse. They blew it. but yeah. And then they cruised through Winnipeg, and Vegas slacked off. And Vegas slacking off in the conference final is going to continue. Stars in 6.
I'm actually going to disagree with you. I'm going to go the complete opposite direction. Golden Knights in 6. I like Vegas. I like going to Vegas. I have a history of Vegas. Like I personally knew at one point the Golden Knights mascot personally, kind of. I say Golden Knights in 6. I think it's their year to get
respectable, but I just don't like Vegas. I'm tired of them. I don't like them. Whatever they did to Fleury and yeah, and they're just not a good organization. And let's not forget 2022 trade deadline of getting to Donov.
Panthers, Hurricanes. Panthers, Hurricanes. I'm going to go first. And we have had a couple of Cinderella stories in the last 5 years. We had Montreal going to the final, all the way to the finals a couple years ago. The Avalanche were not really a Cinderella story, but they needed to win. Because we had no clue what McKinnon was going to do, and Tampa was... You're playing a juggernaut.
I think the Cinderella story in the West last year was Edmonton.
I think this Cinderella story is about to get shot down. Hurricane sweep.
I was gonna say it's gonna go down because the Panthers are not good enough. The Hurricanes know
they're not good enough. They just beat Boston.
They know how to play you hard and take care of you easily. They would do it. They'll do anything it takes to win. They know how to win. They're gonna do it, and it's gonna be close, but. The Panthers are going to keep it close. They're not going to have enough. Canes in 7.
I'm giving them a sweep. I think Bob is going to lay an egg. Well, that's it.
Usually like 2, but he definitely did it against the Leafs, eh?
I see you on, Thursday for Game 1 of the conference final.